Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about how to craft a good weapon when you're just starting out. When you don't have a lot of gems, you don't have a lot of legendary crafting materials and all that good stuff. So you basically just have regular crafting materials and not a lot of gems. How do you craft a good weapon with that? Um, it's actually much easier than it seems. It involves having a little bit of luck, but I think it is one of the best ways to start out. So whether it's you just bought the game, it's a new season, something like that, this is a very good way. So first of all, we know that a yellow weapon can only roll two prefixes and two suffixes. Since all the damage range is in the prefix section, we're going to try to roll this down to two prefixes. So we have Abyssal Tier, which will remove an affix, and we have Erebin Tier, which will add an affix. So we're gonna try and put this down to two prefixes. So we have shock element damage. So if you're in doubt, so here I don't know, shock element damage, is that prefix or suffix? Well, I can go on wolcendb.arison.org. Here I have my weapon. Shock element damage, it's a prefix. Okay. So now I know shock element damage is a prefix. I have two prefixes here. Now I can just use ohm's echo. How ohm's echo work? The ohm's echo will choose, okay, will I reroll a prefix or a suffix? If it chooses to reroll a prefix, it will only give you another prefix. If it chooses to roll a suffix, it will only give you another suffix. So on my latest video, I told you guys that to get the good damage range on a weapon, you have to use 3 gems with 3 sockets. So always the maximum number of gems with the maximum number of sockets. In this particular case, since we don't use any gems, and we use ohms, like if you don't use any gems, you have all the possibilities of rolls. So using an ohm's echo, you will have the possibility to get those high rolls. So what we're looking for is material rolls, because most of the attack builds will all be material, because you can get the percentage material damage on your weapon, which will increase your base damage weapon. So your base damage on your weapon. So your base damage is always physical. So I'm just going to use ohm's echo until I get 2 rolls of material damage. Here we got material damage on attacks. So these mats, these regular mats are much easier to get than the legendary versions. Legendary versions, you have to spend 30,000 gold for each to upgrade them. See, like 61,102 lightning damage, that's a very high roll. If you would want to go with like an elemental version, like this weapon could be very good. Since we're going for material most of the time, we're just going to keep rolling this until we get material damage. $63,106. That's actually very high. So basically you just use these ohm's echo until you get 2 physical. Not physical, but 2 material rolls. It involves some luck. You need some kind of luck. Wow, 66,106. Wow. That was like 66,106 was like 2 damage off of perfect roll. So anyways, when you get it, I'm usually have better luck than this. But yes, you need to have some kind of luck. All right, you need to have some kind of luck. But this is one of the best way to do it. You get this to 2 physical rolls. Let me see if I can get it here. Well, they don't want to give it to me. But get this to 2 physical rolls, and then just use increased item rarity. You can increase it just like this if you don't want to spend for the suffix. If you want to spend for the suffix though, so if you have more gems, let me just reroll this to 3 sockets. Okay, so if when you have your 2 prefixes, since your yellow weapon already has all the prefixes slot taken, it can only roll suffixes now. So you might want to say, okay, I want to go for crit damage. So you would put crit gems. Remember guys, always refer to Wolcen DB. Put crit gems and use an Arabian tier to add an affix. Crit damage, nice. So you're like, okay, now maybe I could get transfer time. So you can try with transfer time gems. We didn't get it, we got attack speed. But you know, it's not 100%. Refer to Wolcen DB, but we had a pretty high chance of getting transfer time there. And then you would have your weapon with 2 material rolls, crit damage and attack speed score. You just put them increased item rarity, and then you run an expedition or something. This is one of the best way to craft a weapon, I think. So you're not using any gems to get your 2 material rolls, and it costs you like 100k, something like 100k to increase the rarity from yellow to legendary. Another way you could do it is just using Entropia orbs. So you could have one dagger. You just keep one yellow dagger. Make sure it's required level 60. This one is level 41. Yeah, there's currently something going on that makes it so that weapons that drop from chests are always level 41 at the higher ranks. Regular mobs can drop level 60 weapons. It's fine. But let's say you only do untainteds, you will always get level 41 weapons, which kind of sucks. So you could just keep 2 daggers in your personal chest, one that you would roll Entropia orbs and just try to YOLO. See, we got rend and toxic. So 2 material rolls, and then you put it increased rarity. You put it like this, and then you hope that you get material percent. So you would have one dagger like this, and one dagger that you could use with your Ohm's Echo. So you're basically doubling your chances of getting those 2 material rolls. Let's just upgrade this for fun, because I want to show you actually how do you pinpoint your rolls after this is upgraded. Okay, so this is here. This is just a very quick way of upgrading your weapons. I'm gonna show this in another video. It's basically a very good way also to farm those crafting materials, which is the regular ones. Alright. So this is an offline save file. I just use this for all my testing. Okay. Now that we got this, we know toxic and ran is prefix, attack speed score is a suffix, elemental ailment chance is a suffix, resource generation on this item I think is a prefix. I'm not so sure, so I'm gonna look at the Wolcen DB. Resource generation is a prefix. So we only have one suffix spot open. So we want to get rid of that resource generation to be able to roll something else. Since we have rend and toxic, if we have enough gems, you can put in 3 toxic gems to try and protect your toxic roll. I'm just gonna take this here. So this is only if you have enough. If you don't have enough, then start out with another yellow weapon. It doesn't matter. But if you have 3 gems, you can try this. So we want to protect the toxic damage on attacks since it's the highest roll, and we wanted to remove resource generation on this item. Or just like keep toxic and rend. Anything else is fine if we lose it, right? So we're gonna use this. It might remove the rend, guys. It might remove the rend. We're gonna try. Okay, it did not. Put in 3 more gems, so we're at 6 gems. It removed rend. This weapon is scrap. you can now sell it, or do whatever you want with it. But if it would, so if that rand removal was actually resource generation, you could put 3 more gems there and try to get like your last roll that you're missing, like percentage material percent. Okay, we didn't get it. Anyways, this is basically the best way I know of when you're starting out with yellow weapons. Just get a yellow weapon, roll it down to 2 prefixes, and use Ohm's Echo on it. Just use Ohm's Echo on the 2 prefixes and try to get double material rolls. And so get one weapon like this and get your another weapon of the same that you're trying to roll and use your entropy orbs on it and try to get double material rolls on it as well. So basically that's it, guys. I'll have another video coming up to show you how to actually farm these crafting materials, the non-legendary ones, which are very important for this method. They are pretty easy to farm, and it's a self-sustaining method, so you can pretty much farm them infinitely. Thank you so much for watching, guys.